Hi, Wayne Williams here from Speaking of Horses TV, and we'd like to thank the many supporters and underwriters who make this show possible. EquiScentials horse care products for the complete horse. Andis clippers and grooming equipment. The best grooming technology comes from Andis. To the stall butler, save on shavings by up to 50% from Stall Butler. This innovative design from Stall Butler is great for use around your stable. Overland carts, a wonderful design by the multi-purpose cart, does all types of stable functions. Overland carts, a great supporter. Woodstar stalls and custom-built stables, complete, thanks to Woodstar and their online Design Your Own program. And One Source Nutrition, a step ahead of all equine nutritional products, thanks to One Source. Please thank all of our supporters who make Speaking of Horses TV possible. Well, welcome to our January 2013 report, World of Equine News. I'm Wayne Williams, your host. Glad to have you join us. You know, here we are starting another year, 2013. We're going to start off with a story about the Morgan Horse Convention. The registration is now open for the 2013 American Morgan Horse Annual Convention. It'll take place February 21st to the 23rd in Portland, Oregon. You know, from cowboy dressage, western dressage, history and extreme trail and mountain trail riding, this convention will have something for everyone. Farm tours to World Champion Farm Illahee, the annual meeting and members, and honoring the breed's top supporters are just some of the special events planned for the annual gathering of Morgan friends. The convention is open to all. AMHA membership is not required to attend this convention. For the current convention schedule or to register, go to the Morgan Horse Association /annual_convention. That's the annual Morgan Horse Convention. Well, you know, the Illinois Horse Fair is coming March 1st to the 3rd, 2013, at the Illinois State Fairgrounds in Springfield, Illinois. Now, we at Speaking of Horses TV will be there and will be filming for TV coverage after the event. You know, there are many horse fairs and expos around the world, and they all celebrate, yes, the horse. Join us, if you can, at the Illinois Horse Fair. Now, here's just a small promo video about the 2013 Illinois Horse Fair. Hi, Wayne Williams joins Speaking of Horses TV at the Illinois Horse Fair in Springfield, Illinois, March 1st to the 3rd, 2013. See world-class horsemen and women such as Guy McLean from Australia with his amazing horse mastery. Terry Myers from Ohio and his balanced approach to a finishing horse. Jason Goodman joins us from Colorado, and the Percherons, they're going to wow you. Also, there's great shopping. There'll be a ranch rodeo Friday and Saturday evenings. Performances of horse talent with that ranch rodeo just for you. Out of Milton, Wisconsin, Tracy Porter will be there. Many more great local professional horsemen and people to inform you and educate you. That's all at the Illinois Horse Fair, March 1st to the 3rd, 2013. That's in Springfield, Illinois. Contact them at www.illinoishorsefair.org and join Speaking of Horses. Well, we'll be back with a story on Britain's Olympic team medalist from last summer and an interview with the president of the Ohio Quarter Horse Association from last October's Quarter Horse Congress. Stay with us. You know, Nick Skelton, Great Britain's Olympic team gold medalist and one of the icons of jumping, on Friday joined American hunter, jumper, and dressage riders in speaking out against attacks on the equestrian events at Wellington, Florida, where he has been one of the most successful riders in recent years. Quote, I think people, especially those who are in the sport, want to be careful how much they try to stop the horse shows in Wellington, he told the DressageNews.com. From the CSIS past members, the investment in recent years has made it a great facility, probably the best in the world. Now, the comments by Nick came after the Jacobs family, which opposes the equestrian events at the Palm Beach International Equestrian Center Stadium filed a new lawsuit to prevent several 2013 Winter Equestrian Festival hunter and jumper competitions from happening and wiping out the entire Global Dressage Festival. The lawsuit, targeting the state of the art dressage grounds and the grass derby field that has been used for jumper and hunter events since 2010, came with a filing in circuit court in Palm Beach of the new suit by Charles and Kimberly Jacobs and the family's Solar Sport Systems, Inc. Well, you know, while we were at the All-American Quarter Horse Congress in Columbus, Ohio last October, we caught up with the Ohio Quarter Horse Association's president, and the All-American Quarter Horse Congress is the largest single-breed horse show in the world. Now, here's that interview. Let's watch. Well, hi, we're speaking of horses, and guess what? We're at the All-American Quarter Horse Congress in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm really happy to have the president of the Ohio Quarter Horse Association standing here with me, Chris Donnell. Is that correct? Darnell. Chris Darnell. And Chris is also has another duty. There is the Southern Belle Invitation Futurity, which was established, well, it says here, 1994. And Chris also manages that. So give us a little insight into the Invitational, the Futurity, and then how it all melds together with the quarter horse.
Well, the Southern Belle is a breeders program, and we offer classes around the country, and we hold classes within a class, and it's to promote breeding within the industry, and we break the money out. Some goes to the horse owners and some goes to the stallion owners, and they donate their studs, and then we take that money and we put it into purses at different horse shows around the country, like the Congress, as well as the AQHA World Show and the Reichert Celebration, the Tom Powers. We've had shows at numerous locations around the United States, really.
Well, I know this booth is actually my neighbor right beside my booth here at the Congress, and some of the people working the booth we've been talking on and off, and a lot of those classes are running concurrently here with classes at the Congress this year.
Mm-hmm. That is correct. Every class of the fraternity classes, we've had the Southern Belle Breeders classes running concurrent with them, and we have a limited division, which would be for the riders of that have won less money, and the 1-3-year-old class, we have over $100,000 in the purse this year, so we're really excited about that, to have expanded our division to include limited and to have such great participation.
And I know I'm looking here, you've got a lot of various, these are all studs, I believe, that are in the program, and then you have, like you say, the Reichert, the AQHA World, the Paint Horse, Congress, and the Tom Powers, like you mentioned, and of course we're at the Congress and having a ball. So, Chris, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now tell everybody to be sure and hit the Congress this year, next year, or this is 45. Let's hit it all the way up to 50.
We would love that. Just come on down, visit us. There's lots of shopping and lots of things to do and see here.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you so much.
Stay with us, because we're going to take you more places right here at the All-American Quarter Horse Congress in Columbus, Ohio. Mark Bellissimo and Donald Trump are pleased to announce that they will host the first annual $100,000 Trump Invitational to benefit the 2013 FTI Consulting Great Charity Challenge presented by Fidelity Investors, an FEI-rated show jumping event. It'll be held on the grounds at the stunning Mar-a-Lago Club in Palm Beach, Florida, Sunday. That's Sunday, January 6th. That event is occurring in 2013. It'll be at 12 p.m. Mar-a-Lago, the former Marjorie Merriweather Post estate, purchased and restored by Trump in 1985, is one of the most spectacular mansions in the world and in the National Register of Historic Places and a designated U.S. National Landmark. It'll be the first time ever that equestrian events have been held on the Palm Beach Island, and will serve as an exciting kickoff to the 2013 FTI Consulting Winter Equestrian Festival, the 12-week circuit that runs at Palm Beach International Equestrian Center from January 9th all the way through March 31st, 2013. Well, the Can-Am Expo is Canada's largest all-breed consumer entertainment show that uses the horse to entertain and delight audiences of all ages. It's the first year that it has been moved to the Orangeville facility north of Toronto and expected to be one of the Hills of Headwater's largest consumer events. Throughout this 4-day extravaganza, visitors from far and wide will be entertained by horses and riders. Some visitors will be there for their first opportunity to experience the wonders of the country lifestyle. Now here's just some of what you can expect at the 2013 Can-Am. Their Equimania, featured at the Royal Winter Fair and the World Equestrian Games. This exciting interactive educational experience is for children, and it returns to the Can-Am. You can also see the Canadian Cowgirls Precision Team. They'll be in attendance performing their entertaining precision drills, country lifestyle furniture, art, and galleries. There'll be pony rides. We might mention the Canadian Cowgirls were just recently in the Tournament of Roses parade a couple of weeks ago. Please join us at Speaking of Horses TV. We'll be there filming at the Can-Am the end of March this spring, just north of Toronto. You know, after decades as Executive Director of Full Circle Therapeutic Riding, Linda McClendon is well known on the Treasure Coast for her philanthropic endeavors, and now this Palm City, Florida equestrian can add yet another achievement to her resume: author. Linda recently released her first mystery novel entitled Unintended Lies that came out actually last summer. The title quickly climbed to the top of Amazon's Hot New Releases, Best Drama category, and Linda's first novel draws on her own experience of running a ranch in Florida. McClendon conjured up a mystery about a recent widow, which is titled Catherine DeLong, who was giving back to her community when she suddenly changes her life path by moving from New York to a ranch in Florida. There's a hidden motive behind the husband's death, and she uncovers all of this in the book. Now, such intrigue and adventure are interesting counterpoints to her other major focus, Full Circle Therapeutic Riding, with more than 50 children with special needs being served annually. In the past 2 decades, she has worked with over 600 children, some of whom started with her as toddlers and remain in that program today. There's nothing more gratifying than working with a therapeutic riding program. There's one anywhere near you in North America. Well, you know, there's a new TV show coming to central Wisconsin, and it's a bit of the old kids and adults Western theme, a local TV show featuring singer and songwriter Ben Stillwater and crew. It's filmed and produced in Whitehall, Wisconsin at TCC TV. Now, we went behind the scenes as they were filming a few weeks ago. Let's watch a little of the behind-the-scenes preparation for the show, Giddy Up as it's called, and then a music video from the star, Ben Stillwater. Let's watch. Well, welcome to Speaking of Horses, and we got music in the background here. We're in a studio setting at TCC TV, that's Trempealeau County Community TV, and we are in Whitehall, Wisconsin. Very happy to be sitting here next to Mr. Ben Stillwater, and Ben's putting on a new show, and this show is called Giddy Up with Ben Stillwater. But it's basically a celebration of the Western life. And we're actually going to show you highlights now of this show coming together. You're going to hear the music in the background, see some of the camera action, because anything that supports the horses, a horseman, or a Western way of life, that's what we're all about at Speaking of Horses. So, Ben, welcome.
Well, thanks a lot, Wayne. I'm glad to be on your interview here. Appreciate it a lot.
Well, Tell us a little bit about your concept for this show.
Well, the general concept for the show is, like you said, very Western, and I am a country and Western music artist, and I write a lot of original country music, and the show was brought about to bring, in a local way, a lot of entertainment and a cowboy hero in parts of acting to get the young generation interested in music and cowboy way of life again.
Well, and you know, part of that too is we talk about country western music being so big today, but what you're really looking at is attacking more of the western side than the country side.
I guess that's right. Yeah, the western side is because some of my biggest influences are silver screen cowboys. I've always admired all of them, and I think there's a big generation gap in the viewing of so much of that style, and that is the beginning structure of the show, is to have a very classic western appeal to it.
Well, and you know, that's the style that unfortunately sometimes you say the younger generation's not following it, and by the time they figure it out, you just hope it's not too late.
That's right, yeah. Some iPhone or iPad will get their attention first.
Right. But, you know, the silver screen cowboys, the western way of life, I mean, they made every kid of my generation just want to be a cowboy. There wasn't any reason why you couldn't be a cowboy. All you had to do was, you know, wear the white hat, ride the correct horse, but they let you dream. They let you dream of being a cowboy, and in the movies and the TV westerns of the 50s, the good guys always wound up winning, right one out. That's the lesson.
That's right. Yeah, there was no borderline psychotic good guy. It was always it was pretty clean cut, you know, and it I guess forever it's always been cowboys and Indians for young children to play, and I think it needs to be in a local way. You know, now it's such an antiquish thing. You know, you might see Roy Rogers memorabilia that people hear about young kids, but like you said, in the 50s, it was really the biggest part of television for young kids, and now it's not, and there's still a lot of good things on television for young kids. I don't mean to say that, but I just think that we need to remember the importance of that part of a childhood, that it puts a lot of values in children.
Well, you know, with Roy Rogers, for example, when you watched his show and you really got into it and you joined the Roy Rogers Riders Club as a kid and you got this official membership card, but you also got the Roy Rogers 10 Roy Rogers Riders Club rules, which were, you know, the first one was obey your parents, do your homework, but it was all of the basic things about, you know, if you want to be a member of the club, you've got to follow the 10 Riders rules. And it was all just about how to live your life correctly.
Yeah, I remember hearing that, yeah. Yeah, and there was a lot of good things about Roy Rogers. There was a lot of other cowboy actors, too, but I think Roy was probably the most well-known because of the care that he took to set a good example for children.
Well, you know, he and Dale adopted 11 kids. So, yes, they did. They had, Roy had 2 kids, and Roy and Dale together had 1. And then they adopted 11 more. I mean, they literally took care of kids.
Yeah, I know both Dale and Roy were very genuine. I could tell that. Yeah. I never did get to meet either one, but.
No, they were real people. Well, we wish you luck with the show. And we're going to have some clips on here of you guys doing things. Shane will be coming in here and joining us. You're going to see some clips. You got to see some funny clips of Shane. Yeah. But what you're going to watch here is basically highlights today on Speaking of Horses of Giddy Up being put together here in the studio. And then it's going to be a show you could watch down the line as well. So thanks and good luck.
Thanks a lot, Wayne.
All right, thanks, Ben. Stay with us and watch as this new cowboy-themed, Western-themed show takes off. Giddy Up with Ben Stillwater and sidekick Shane Jorgensen, right? All right, thanks. We'll be right back.
Yeah, let's just run it. Let's just run it.
Yeah.
Just feeling good?
You gonna start it on the same camera?
Yep, it's got me the same way as the other one. We'll start out on 3, push in on you, and then just go from there. But usually I don't have to move these two too much, but if you wiggle a little bit, I'll just adjust. Start leaning. I have one lady that as the interview goes on, she leans close and close to the person.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah, that was me, Ben.
Huh, that's kinda hard to believe. Seems like somebody else sang that song. You know, what I'd like to do is to introduce the folks to who you really are. And that's Shane Jorgensen, the owner of Lost Creek Ranch. Is that right?
Yes, sir, Ben.
Oh,
Thank
for
you.
once now, we got things on the right track. So you've been professionally working with horses for quite a few years now.
Yeah, I started working with horses, probably in the early 90s.
You know, that's when I started the show Ideas with John, we needed somebody that could ride really well and work with horses, and it worked great to meet you and bring you on the show. What did you think when you was asked to be an outlaw?
Well, actually, I love the idea of entertaining. So, number one, to be an outlaw in a movie, or it was really, truly quite an honor for me, because it definitely fit the bill that I was looking to play.
Yeah, well, on this show, it's going to be where we duke it out in the street there.
Yep.
I got a comment on the fall. That was an incredible fall. It looked real.
Well, you almost kind of put yourself in the real world. So as a little boy, that was always a dream, was to play the parts of some of those. So
Yeah.
definitely enjoyable.
So when did you start Lost Creek Ranch?
That probably came into play in probably the late 90s, when I got a little more involved in horses. When I first started in the horse world, it was riding bucking horses and traveling around the country with friends and family, and then I just probably got a little more involved in the horse end of it, into the training part of it, and things had just kind of taken off from there.
So you spent some time in Montana.
I do have to say my heart is in Montana many days of the week.
Well, we agree on that too, I guess.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So you got, and you have a wife and 2 children, right?
Yes, I have my bride Patty, and I have 2 girls, Taylor and Danny.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it without them.
How old are your children?
12 and 16.
Oh, they're getting up there already.
Yes.
I imagine they both ride.
Oh, definitely. They're at the age where I can't really get enough time watching them. I love watching them. They excel every time they ride. It's something new.
Sure. And the horse you used in the first episode of the horse theft, that was actually Patty's horse.
Yes, that was Patty's mare, and she an amazing horse. It was the first time that she's ever really been in a situation like that per se. She's been in large crowds and stuff, but to be in very action packed like that was very new for her. So it was exciting.
Yeah, she did good.
Yes.
Of course, I think a lot of it has to do with her training.
Yes. Well, she has a wonderful personality. Ben, she's got a personality to please, and a lot of times
You knew just what to do to make my dreams come true. And you must have knew I'd fall in love and our hearts are free. And I always knew I'd find someone like you in love that's true. Love frees a man and a woman together as one. We were young, our life begun. Sometimes it don't always work out to be sunshine and roses, but with our love we I believe that love has won this wild one that at one time thought to run. I believe that good things come along to those that keep going on. Love is true, me and you. Love frees a man and a woman together as one. We were young, our life begun. Sometimes it don't always work out to be sunshine and roses, but with our love we'll grow young.
Well, thanks for joining us for our January 2013 report, World of Equine News. We'll see you in February and update you on many upcoming events this spring. Join us this January in Baltimore for the Horse World Expo, January 17th to the 20th, 2013. That'll be at the Maryland State Fairgrounds on the north side of Baltimore. And join us January 24 and 5, 2013. We'll be in Denver for the Pony Club National Convention coverage, where clinician and world-famous trainer Chris Cox will be a featured guest. Till we see you then, happy trails and join us in February. Hi, Wayne Williams here from Speaking of Horses TV, and we'd like to thank the many supporters and underwriters who make this show possible. EquiScentials horse care products for the complete horse. Andis clippers and grooming equipment. The best grooming technology comes from Andis. To the stall butler, save on shavings by up to 50% from Stall Butler. This innovative design from Stall Butler is great for use around your stable. Overland carts, a wonderful design by the multi-purpose cart, does all types of stable functions. Overland carts, a great supporter. Woodstar stalls and custom-built stables, complete thanks to Woodstar and their online Design Your Own program. And One Source Nutrition, a step ahead of all equine nutritional products, thanks to One Source. Please thank all of our supporters who make Speaking of Horses TV possible.